You're listening to the Unreasonable Fridays Podcast Network.
Go ahead, stand up, stand up, stand up. Stand up. Stand up. Stand up.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of AddSpace. I'm your host, Aaron Rand Freeman, but with me, the actual host of the program, the owner, proprietor, CEO, CFO, head therapist, social media lead, head custodian, lead visual designer, UX maven, and travel czar. Elise Bacon. Bacon, how are you?
Wait, the what maven?
A UX. You know, for the Unreasonable Fridays mobile app.
I don't know mobile. I was about to say the lead visual designer. You know what? I will take that because that's actually true.
You're also the...
Do we have a mobile app? How do we get a mobile app?
You tell me. You're the UX person.
Is there a make your own mobile app app?
Well, you're gonna have to contact the app person. You guys are working on that together, I imagine. So
wait,
you
so
let
who's
me know.
the app person?
Well, you should know
is
that
Justin the app
you're
person?
You're the UX person.
Because Justin's with us. Hello, Justin.
I'm not the app person.
I don't know. Sounds like you're the app person.
My days of development are long past. I am absolutely not the app person.
I don't know. It sounds like congratulations on your new position as the app person.
I will Elon Musk this. I will burn this to the ground. How about that?
I mean,
that's
fine.
If you can make it fashion,
right?
If you can make it sexy, then that sounds fine.
Like, okay, I don't think we have a Twitter rant portion, so my intro will be the Twitter rant. This word that I'm trying to remove from my lexicon because it is not good, but this person changed the home icon for Twitter to Doge to promote his cryptocurrency, which miraculously jumped 30 points today.
I was wondering why it was the Doge. I was wondering what was up with that.
It's part of his pump and dump scheme for his cryptocurrency. This is not the first time he's done a pump and dump scheme with his cryptocurrency, manipulating his blind followers. And he's going to get away with it again.
Visually, the idea is stolen. I feel like the idea is taken from Mario Day. The Switch has that now. When you go to the eShop, it's a picture of Mario, literally in the exact same position, doing the exact same function that Dog serves, except when you go from screen to screen when it's loading, this is a picture of Mario doing Mario stuff.
Yeah,
and I like to think that he stole his idea from some employee using their Nintendo Switch. All right, please continue.
No, that's probably what it is. Like.
He's not a nuanced, complex person. So it's not
he's not. He's not at all. And I get why people want to say, "Oh, he's trying to purposely tank Twitter." No, do not give him that much credit.
He literally he does not have that thought process.
No, he's just bad at his job. Like I saw an article that was saying that he's doing this to help usher in next wave GOP authoritarianism, and I'm like, you assume that he knows what those words mean. He found a group of people that worship him, and he is doing this to satiate his own ego.
This nigga is textbook literal narcissist.
Right.
That's it.
Textbook literal narcissist. People are giving him what he wants, and in turn, he thinks he is the best. Like, the funny thing is, nobody likes him. His followers don't like him. His colleagues don't like him. His employees don't like him. Every one of his businesses have to have teams specially to manage him. Other CEOs don't like him. Other fucking billionaires don't fucking like him. Nobody likes him.
He's old money. And other old money doesn't like him.
Right. That's diamond money.
Yeah, old money doesn't like him.
The board of Tesla is trying to remove him because of his gross incompetence.
They literally tried to remove him, and that is the funniest shit to me ever. Also with us, so I just want to introduce before we continue this rant, because I am here for this fucking Twitter rant, we have Mr. Bap.
Hi, I'm here. All right, continue rant.
That was it. Yeah, I'm really just here. I don't have anything else.
I mean, I don't have anything else to say about Twitter. We told you what would happen when when he gets rid of verification. What I didn't see coming was all of these other companies refusing to pay what is effectively pocket change on
Exactly.
No, 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 no,
principle.
no, no, no. I expected it actually. So the reason why I expected it is because I'm actually gonna use the government as an example. Okay. So remember when Trump took over the administration, it was just like, I'm gonna clean out the swamp, right? And when he meant by that was like firing everybody, right? And remember how we got a shit ton of leaks during that time? Because what happened is when you fire people, you remove necessary people and you make things unfunctional. And when you make things unfunctional, you fuck with other people's jobs. And you're making their jobs ass, which means those people no longer want to work with you, right? So when he fired all of those people, he fired basically all of the cogs that are making Twitter work. It also meant like that other people who are working with him are seeing this dysfunctionality, and it is actively hard to work with Twitter. They're not going to pay money for something that, one, doesn't actually drive engagement, two, doesn't bring people to their product. Like, Twitter does not bring in the numbers. Like, it was already starting to like not bring in the numbers that like people were hyping up for. Like, you don't use Twitter to like bring in people unless like you have a specific niche kind of business that it would work for. And like it doesn't work. So why would you spend money on something that is a pain in the ass to do and brings you no benefit? And it looks bad. And I'm going to quote, like, I can't remember who said this. I really can't. Advertisers do not want to see their shit next to Nazis. They don't want to see, they want to see their shit next to, like, look at what I made. They want to see it next to baby pictures. They want to see it next to, hey, I'm going on vacation. They want to see it next to, like, viral posts. They do not want to see it next to Nazis.
Doritos wants to see their scheduled post directly following that little girl in Bianca Belair's WrestleMania intro being adorable.
Yes.
That's what they want. They want you to have those endorphins of seeing something cute and adorable and then associating that with Doritos.
They want to see their post like them talking with another business and being sassy. Like, they don't want to see Nazis.
Instead, you get Sportsbook every 5 seconds.
They don't want to see it next to crypto because crypto is a scam.
And like Bat pointed it out, you notice a lot of the advertisers on Twitter now are these gambling sites.
It's gambling and crypto.
Yep.
It's also there's been a rise in like the Gwyneth Paltrow-esque health and diet companies that are just bullshit.
Oh yeah.
The get this thing because it's free of all of these chemicals and it's all natural, because we're going back to that now after because people are no longer inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all misinformation shit.
And so when I saw the New York Times release an official statement explaining why they weren't going to get their Twitter verification, I was like, okay, no, it's done. That you're done now. Because the one value that Twitter had monetarily was the ability to disseminate news quickly, whether that news is from a publication or from a famous person. The ability to disseminate that quickly and be able to determine that it was the person that said it was. If you have LeBron James tweeting out that he's not going to pay the $5, then why am I on Twitter? And you know who's actually furious about this? Adam Silver is furious about this.
I don't remember who Adam Silver is.
As
The commissioner of the NBA.
Yeah.
There we go.
Why is he furious about this? Basketball viewership, in terms of television viewership, is down. Basketball engagement on social media sites exponentially eclipses the other leagues. Basketball depends on sites like Twitter for engagement because people are going to Twitter to see what LeBron is saying. They're going to Twitter to see what Kyrie is doing. They're going to Twitter to see who's talking about Ben Simmons. They're going to Twitter for their basketball content.
These niggas ain't on TikTok.
If they cannot verify that the content they are seeing is legitimate, that is going to decrease your engagement.
Great purchase, Elon. Perfect purchase.
You know? Oh, have you seen the new the verified thing now?
It's so weird. It's so stupid.
So first off, they had said that all the old like the legacy verifieds were gonna lose their blue checks, right?
Yeah.
That hasn't happened.
Nope.
What has happened is if you click on that blue check, it says this person is verified and maybe because they're either legacy verified or a paid subscriber.
Because Elon saw that we were using this motherfucker paid for Twitter as an insult and now wants to lump those people that didn't pay for it in with that in hopes that he can bully them into paying for it.
They're not going to pay for Twitter. Ain't fucking nobody is paying for Twitter except for trolls. The funniest part about this is he's like, we have to do this in order to combat bots. Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now.
Yo, so
People botters.
They don't realize like Twitter is a bunch of ornery motherfuckers.
Not
Like-
not even just that. Taking aside personalities, okay? Botters don't care about
Exactly.
spending $8. One, because that $8 is fine enough for them to fund their goals. And two, a lot of them are using stolen credit cards. It doesn't matter how much money you spend if the credit card isn't yours.
Yeah.
Elon's going to get hit with chargebacks up the ass.
I don't think he understands what a chargeback is. Can be completely honest, Bacon.
That's because he's never run a social media site or anything. Actually, no, he does know about chargebacks because of PayPal.
I'm about to say he works for
Yes,
PayPal.
it's a PayPal.
The
Yes,
reason,
okay, yeah.
part of the reason he got ousted from PayPal. He got ousted from PayPal, by the way.
Bro, you could do some wild stuff back in the day on PayPal.
Listen, the internet used to be the wild, like pre-Web3, used to be the wild, wild west. Like Web 1.0, Web 2.0. And like millennials having that unique experience of watching the birth of the internet, watching the evolution of the internet, the maturity of the internet, and now watching like what you had told me when I was 15 years old that 4chan would get Donald Trump elected president, I would have said, okay, future man. Sure. Whatever
Meanwhile,
you
let me
say.
go back to Toontown, please.
Now,
Okay, not Toontown. Toontown still exists, by the way, and I
Are
don't know
you
what to feel
serious?
about that. Yeah, I am dead serious.
oh, you know what's still in the league? Neopets.
Yes, it is.
Word.
Not
Word.
only is Neopets still in the league, it is
Yo,
fully supported,
I was
revamped,
addicted to Neopets.
revitalized.
I had the whole town. I had
Oh,
had all the different
Brother,
pets.
my
College
homie,
economics project is still going.
Right. 20 years later.
listen.
That most successful college project ever.
Okay, I got a throwback for you. Do y'all remember that Coca-Cola game, like the Coke Club, where it's like you make your person?
They had some of the best games.
No, so like you make your person, you have like a little club, you go up and DJ, do a little DJ sets and make the music. I can't be the only person that remembers this.
So I remember Cookie Clicker from the Nabisco games. Like I remember
Okay.
that, but I don't remember Coke. Now I was
But I
confusing that
didn't-
with Coke.
I didn't play those games. But that was because I was playing other stuff.
Mm.
'Cause I got into the internet early.
I was big Newgrounds person.
Okay, so it was my Coke, and the whole setup was you are like this person, you make a
Oh
person.
yeah.
Okay, and like you DJ your
yeah,
set, you could DJ house parties, you could DJ like big
Yeah.
sets.
Holy crap! Yes, put this out my brain.
Yo,
Wow.
yo, I vividly
Holy crap.
remember this. I remember being in like 6th grade, be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna kill him with this. Put my little set on, like, yeah, I kill him with this shit. And like they cheering in the background, I'm like, yeah.
So it begins.
So it begins.
No, I was addicted to Nabisco games, like the shooting cookie game. Oh man.
Oh.
Listen.
So hold up. Do you remember Shattered Galaxy? Hold up. So Nexus Games had this MMO called Shattered Galaxy. Imagine Command and Conquer Red Alert as an MMO,
Oh.
where like every person controls their own individual army on the same map, and it's 2 teams going against each other.
I can't imagine that being anything but amazing at
Brother,
15 or 16.
my brother and I were on it, and it's like first, like as you level up, you can get better units. You can expand the size of your army. So like first, you only bring like 6 units in the battle. Then you can bring like 10, 12. You can mix and match. Some people were like air specialists. Some people were ground specialists. Like it was very interesting, and the map was like it was a giant map. There were 2 factions. They were all like battling over the map to see who could win the season or whatever. That was some coordinated shit going on.
Was that around the time of Bacon? Did you do Shockwave when they had all the little shooting games and stuff?
I did. I did
Yes.
Shockwave.
Yes.
Man, I used to lie so much.
My-
I'm coding, man.
Listen, my secret addiction is little top down shooters.
Oh my god.
They
had the first,
people
3D shooter I
don't.
ever seen.
That is like a bacon fact that people just do not remember. Is I am a fucking sucker for like top down shooters and little side scrolly shooter thingies.
Well,
It
Ikaruga
doesn't
is one
matter.
of my favorite
It
games.
could be
So,
it could be a fucking flash game. Like it does not matter. It could be random Japanese arcade game. I am a sucker for them.
All right, we're taking this trip down Flash memory lane. Do y'all remember Zhao Zhao?
Yes.
Yes, I remember that.
It's okay. Junior year high school, one of my programming projects was making a Flash animation. So clearly, I should have known coding was in my future because in that class, the first assignment we got, I knocked it out in like 15 minutes, and the teacher was like, I haven't even explained to you how to set up classes yet. I'm like, well, yeah, but if you just do this and this, it kind of explains itself. And they're like, okay, cool. So you're gonna be that kid in my class. Cool. I have to find a way to challenge you, or else you're not going to show up. So I made my own Zhao Zhao animation.
of course you did.
This motherfucker.
I know, right?
I basically just did a shot-for-shot remake of the Matrix. Not the intro, but when they're on the rooftop, I did a shot for shot of that fight.
Of course, yeah, because that's when he dodges the bullet. Why wouldn't you do that?
Yes, exactly, because he dodged the bullet. He dodged the
Why
bullet.
wouldn't you? Yeah. What other part of
Wait,
you
wait.
is cooler than that?
We're still not entirely over that as a community, by the way. I realize we never really
Are not.
processed that.
It
That
was,
was-
bullet time was something that we had never seen before.
I know, but the way him dodging those bullets in particular, we still pop for it all the time. It's still
Yes.
cool all the
Yeah.
time, just in isolation. Whatever we've kind of picked apart the Matrix series, but him dodging bullets on that rooftop is always gonna work forever. Please continue.
Yes. No, but I don't think the kids understand what a moment the Matrix was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you can, right? Like, that's not something that can happen anymore because everything is the internet.
Yeah.
This was like, welcome to the internet.
I remember my homie, this family that we like, my military families, you know, they bond together, and then as they separate, they still find ways to link up and click whatever. My homies had come through and they said, "Hey, have you seen The Matrix?" And I'm like, "The what?" They're like, "Nope, I have this DVD. We're watching this." they didn't even start the movie at the beginning. They just started it at the lobby where they're walking through the metal detectors. And I'm like, what is this?
Why did everybody do that?
Oh, okay. So
That was literally my introduction to the Matrix.
Mhm.
That is everybody
is.
who like didn't watch it from the beginning, like when somebody showed it to them. That is what happened to all of them. They're like, I'm gonna show you this. And I'm like, why didn't you show me from the beginning?
because it came on TNT a lot, and when you would just catch it at that part
Exactly.
all the time.
Exactly.
Nigga, I did not have TNT. I did
Oh,
not have
fair
cable
enough.
for a long time.
Well, that's
So
why I
wow.
saw it. That's why I saw
Like
it. Because
that.
it used to be so funny. You walk in and be like, oh, Matrix is on. Know what I'm doing for the next hour and a half.
Yep.
We're old.
Not only that, I don't know if we would go into the Matrix too hard, but the series was doomed by the quality of the last 30, 45 minutes of that movie. You ever see something like it's like, you know, it's kind of how Marvel is kind of scrambling after the quality of the last Avengers movie. It's kind of like still been kind of get its footing after you're almost so good. You did something so good that you have to then stop, but you can't because you gotta make this money, and also some stories just continue. But it's just one of those things that like hamstrung the series. How good the end of the first Matrix was. The last 45 minutes of that movie.
Yeah.
But
The
anyway,
Wachowski siblings did their thing.
Yeah,
Straight
they
up.
did.
They're so fucking weird.
I'm okay with it.
They are the perfect kind of weirdos to make that movie.
right,
Yeah.
No, they are. They're also fucking weird.
right.
I mean, they made Speed Racer. Come on, guys.
Okay,
They did make
Speed Racer. Okay, I tangent.
Uh-oh.
That fucking movie is fantastic
It
and
is.
Yes, it is.
brilliant.
It
And
is.
I do not understand everybody who bitches about how terrible it is because I'm like, you hate fun.
Who
Like,
hates Speed Racer?
it's
So-
wildly unpopular.
It's a generational thing, though. We're
No,
right in that
it's-
frame.
It is wildly unpopular.
I'm sure it's fun. Like it is just unabashed.
No, a lot of people
fun.
hate Speed Racer. Like the
It's
movie, people
also
hate it.
perfect fan service.
Yes.
Like people will be like, well, it's not my Speed Racer. I'm like, your Speed Racer was trash. I don't know what to tell you.
And
The
I
show
think,
wasn't
but
good.
I think you've stumbled upon a real issue that people who take in media don't realize is even if you enjoy it, it might be garbage. And a direct homage to
like-
the garbage that you like might also be garbage because it has to be. Speed Racer is one of those things. I don't know what to tell you, boss.
And listen, I'm gonna be real. Like the Japanese version of it is also not good.
It's not good. Speed Racer on its face is not good. I still
But
love
it was
Speed Racer.
entertaining. It's an iconic old show that is a
Right.
breakthrough in animation for its time. That does not make it good.
Yes.
It is iconic though, and it's like, and so like the Speed Racer that they did is they went off of the American version, which has like I don't even know how many fucking episodes that was cut out of it from the Japanese version because of licensing issues and voice acting and all kinds of stuff. So like there's actually like a chunk of stuff like missing from it, but like at the same time, like it's like it the purpose of it wasn't fantastic writing.
Nope.
It was the animation. And the movie encapsulates like all of like the heart and feeling of Speed Racer, and it's just fun.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yes.
What up?
So in the Speed Racer cartoon, why the fuck did they put that monkey in the trunk? Like, I'm not tripping, right? They had a monkey on that show. I'm not tripping.
Yes.
He looked,
Yeah.
and they put his ass in the trunk from time to time. I'm
Yeah.
not tripping.
That's where
How else you gonna get to the blitz?
Chim
Like, he had
Chim,
the-
yes.
He
Right.
had
Yeah.
the tool in the trunk. So,
Why? The fuck was that about?
I have no idea.
It's was it 1970s, 1980s?
Oh yeah, it was 1970s, early 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is an old animation. I don't know why you're asking these questions. Like there's nonsense.
This is essentially like what young people would look at us and they would be like, look, this is old. Like we would look at
It's like one of the earliest shonens. I don't know what to tell you.
yeah, it's great. 1967.
1967.
Wow.
There we go. Yeah. Like I don't know why you're expecting anything from the 1960s to be good. Nothing from the 1960s is good.
They said that's the monkey and the little kid are related. I'm done. I'm
Okay.
done.
They're family.
We have a show.
Yeah. I can't do this.
All right, so we're gonna start the show, but that's the first lesson of the show: is something you might enjoy might be trash. Keep that in mind at all times. Thank you. Please continue.
Oh, Birdemic. I love Birdemic from the bottom of my heart. It is absolute garbage. It might be the worst movie ever made. And
I'm
I
sorry,
love it so
Birdemic?
much.
Hello, garbage? I love garbage.
I
Oh,
like the
God.
Boys and Girls Guide to Getting Down, which is pretty
Is,
problematic.
is
now that I
it is
look
it
at
on Netflix? Can I watch it on Netflix?
It used to be. I don't know where it is now.
I thought it was on Amazon last time I saw it.
Amazon ain't getting shit for me.
Okay.
Oh, fair enough.
Bacon, while you watch the video that I've just posted in the chat, I understand you in videos, but just trust me on this one.
This is a video with a purpose. It's fine. I will force
Okay.
myself through.
You don't even have to get that far into it. I think once you just click on it, you'll understand what kind of movie this is. So we wanted to come just talk about the things that we are enjoying lately. What Aaron wanted to talk about was Wild Hearts and the hammer mechanic. And before we all got together, I was watching the video for that. And Aaron can go into more in depth about it, but I appreciate games that have good feedback or that have good gaming loops.
Mhm.
Like combat in Spider-Man feels very fluid and kinetic, and you feel like a Spider-Man.
Mhm.
It just feels good to be Spider-Man.
Yep.
That's essentially what this is, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's all feel, right? It's not anything but feel for this because the game is. Dose can talk about it too, but the game's ugly. Like, it's not very pretty at the moment. Like, I had a 4K upgrade recently, but it's really just all about like the monsters and the mechanics more than anything. Like the category or karakuri mechanic is very interesting. Like, it's able to be expanded, and like in this next update, they just putting a new one in. So like they're putting a spinning top that you can make in to hit the animals. Like, there's so much potential in this game, and I'm just so mad that they rushed it out like this. Good old EA couldn't hold it down for another 2 months.
I'm
and
a
released in a buggy mess.
yeah. I'm not gonna. I've kind of got like a. We're in a pandemic. We've been in a pandemic, and because we've been in a pandemic, there's a level of grace I've been giving everybody because all of these pandemic games, literally almost all of them, have been a bit of a mess. Like, there's at least some kind of quirk or issue with literally all of them. Like, any of them that like the bulk of the production happened in like 2019 and 2020, like it's 21, like it's kind of a wrap. It's they're all kind of messy. So what I wish that they had taken from this, what I hope that they take from this, is to stop announcing dates until it's in QA. like don't release dates until it's like in QA or about to move into QA. Like, just don't do it.
But they won't do that.
Talk to your stakeholders, but like don't be releasing these dates, and let the games cook. Like, just
So I'm gonna
let
put
them
something in the chat for y'all regarding Wild Hunts. I put a couple things in there. I'm sorry if their links are a little broken. But these are the things that make me excited about Wild Hunts. Like, it's flexibility. Like, the hammer mechanic is literally, you can go anywhere on the skill tree and find any assortment of weapons. Like, their hammers can cut, they can slash, and they can do whatever the other pummel damage is what they call it. And like, it gives you a reason to keep grinding different animals, right? Like different monsters. And I genuinely just think that if people, it's a 10-hour trial that's out. I would say this is a game you play with friends. Like if you are not looking for something that's really, really pretty, like Monster Hunter is out. And it doesn't look as good as Monster Hunter Rise. I'm gonna be completely honest. That's on Game Pass. Might be getting a good deal there. However, if this ever goes on sale, this is the game to get if you like Monster Hunter. Like at least just for the skill tree. And give it a try. Aaron, what did you try any of it, or did you just look at it and was like, nope?
Okay. Again, I. It's funny. I've spent a month and a half avoiding the direct microphone passing in front of me about this because I don't.
Okay.
I mean, you said they fixed it, how it looks. I had played Monster Hunter Rise. It's on Game Pass, so it was already there. And then I had played Wild Hunts, and I was just like, I put it on, and I was like, why are all the settings on low? And why is this 85 gigs for a game with all the settings on low that doesn't look better than Monster Hunter? And then I was like, I'll come back later because I had a 3-hour free trial, and I wasn't going to spend all 3 hours if I didn't like how it looked. So I'll be back, and I might be back tonight from the sounds of it.
It is definitely a game that you have to play with a friend, right? Like, even if you just call people in, like another thing, for whatever reason, the multiplayer community is rocking. Like, I'm always able to get into a new hunt anywhere, and it's mostly Chinese players playing now. And when I go to because each island, essentially, you use your category to set up traps around your island. And you can set them up differently than how like your friend sets them up. So you might have zip lines everywhere, but he might have like aerial boost things that when you use your helicopter move, it floats you into the air. Some of these Chinese people and what they did with this island is crazy. I'm talking about zip lines going everywhere, up and down mountains, and you're flying everywhere. It's an experience that you, like I said, you got to get in the mood for it. I think the weapons are all great. I think they play differently than Monster Hunter. Thank God. And yeah, like I said, I really enjoyed this. All I've been playing for like the last week or last month actually. So get it if y'all can, or just it's a 10-hour trial on EA.
Oh, it's 10.
So if you have Game Pass, oh yeah, it's 10 hours. It's not.
Yeah, I'm a running back. So they lay it. So they got those settings. They nudge those settings up to medium. We out here. Let's go.
Update a couple.
Not they nudging these settings up to me.
Listen, here's the deal.
I just found out.
Oh, go on.
I'm gonna send you a picture of my last. This is the last picture I'm gonna send y'all, but it is a picture of the latest thing I unlocked, and it's real dumb. And I think you all are gonna laugh when y'all see this. And it's literally 3 button presses. One, there you go. It's a big ass hammer that just smacks motherfuckers in the head. It's a one-use item that you can hit over and over and over and
Is
over.
that a trap with a giant hammer?
Yes.
It's just it is a trap set into the ground that's got like this it's got kind of like a pullback mechanism, and at the end of it is this giant ass cartoon wooden hammer that's just like once the cord gets cut, it's just ready to just like smash whatever in the face.
And Bacon, what if I told you if you look down, you'll see how big it is compared to the Hunter?
Oh my God, the Hunter is itty. The Hunter is a Lalafell. The Hunter is 3'2" compared to it.
Yeah, so I mean, and you combine those. So like for me, I hit the left trigger and then combine 3 jump pads, because you can use a jump pad just by hitting the left trigger and B, and it'll make a jump pad that you can jump on automatically.
There's a fucking bunny on this giant. There's a carved bunny on this giant cartoon hammer.
It is. It's great.
This hammer trap is really fucking ridiculous. I'm not gonna be playing this game though because I got too much.
You got so many.
I'm not gonna give anybody's hopes. I'm on a single player video game mission that I gotta finish, and Guilty Gear Strive is on Game Pass, and I got some asses to beat. So like it's I'm a be occupied, but I appreciate giant cartoon hammers. That is kind of my life.
I won't talk about it too much more, but yeah, I really genuinely think that is one of the, if EA had taken their time, I know they're probably afraid of a Monster Hunter 6 announcement coming soon, which of course, but if they had taken just like another 2 weeks, because they've already added 3 new monsters. Like if they had just taken another 2 months, this game would probably be where it needs to be sales wise. I don't think we might get a Wild Hearts 2, but that's for them. They should blame themselves for that.
It depends. That's gonna be one of those games that gets released twice. Now, that's one of the hallmarks of the COVID game. Now, is you get a game that comes out and then it gets released again with DLC, and then you get the Game of the Year edition, and it gets repurposed one good time. So we'll see when the game comes out again.
They're
this
hitting
fall.
the Monster Hunter thing too, Aaron. My bad, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, you didn't interrupt me at all. Please continue.
Yeah, they're doing a Monster Hunter thing. It's free DLC for life.
Right. So then they can release the game.
So
right. Then they can release.
They're gonna drop that price on it and just put it out the door. So,
right.
Yeah, if you ever want to get down, y'all just hit me up and I'll absolutely log on and hit people in the head with hammers.
I'm with it.
But Bacon, let's talk about all the games you have. All of them. All
No. I am playing. Well, no, I'm. Pokemon Violet is on hold temporarily. While I put all this work into Octopath 2 because
y'all not getting me on that Pokemon crack.
Oh yeah, we are.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
worry, we'll get you. We're gonna get you.
Oh yeah. No. Okay, so listen, Pokemon the latest Pokemon game is very good. Like gameplay wise, it's very good. Like it's I loved Sword and Shield, but the gameplay in Violet and Scarlet is something special. Like they underneath the jank with the game, and a lot of the jank got patched out, which I've never thought I'd ever see Game Freak patch anything.
Patch anything, right?
Anything. So that was hilarious. Hopefully the next game takes 3 years, not 2 years. But underneath like the jank, like there's a very special game. It's good. The writing's great. The only thing that annoys me, there's only two small things that annoy me, and it is I want more control over my appearance.
They did good in Sword and Shield, though, surprisingly compared to what I was used to at a Pokemon. It's been a while.
Well, no. So the most control we've had over like outfits was in X and Y. We have never had it as extensive as X and Y. And I want them to release a game that is as extensive outfit wise as X and Y. Sun and Moon, it was less. And then Sword and Shield, it was even less. And then this one, the only thing that you can change are hats and you're wearing a Catholic school uniform. So when you're wearing a Catholic school uniform, you can only change the non-essential uniform parts of the uniform. So this is this Catholic school uniform rules are clearly more lax than others, but like you can change your shoes and your socks and your backpack and your hats. But if you have a Negro hairstyle, you can't wear a hat. And that also made me mad because some of the NPCs have Negro hairstyles and they can wear, and they're wearing hats. So I don't know why the character can't wear hats outside of like jank reasons. But gameplay wise, it's great. And it's very easy to play with friends. Like it is so much easier. It has never been easier to play a Pokemon games with friends. Jessica can definitely talk more about that.
Like you can just hop into someone's game and you'll both just exist in the game.
Y'all don't have to play together.
You can hunt Pokemon together, or they can go off in their own gym battles. You can do your own thing and just exist.
Y'all can separate?
Yes.
Oh, for real?
Yes.
Separate the entire length of the unlocked map.
Y'all don't have to be in like the same like what was the field area for Sword and Shield?
No.
I don't have to be there?
No.
Wow.
That
Okay.
doesn't exist.
Game
It
Freak
is,
really did show out a little bit.
it is a true open world game.
Weird. Okay.
with a separate person in there. So like you could be doing a gym battle on one end of the map. Your other person could be doing a gym battle on the opposite end of the map, and you're both existing in the same world together.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe next paycheck, I'm like,
The only thing I haven't tested is if you can watch someone else's gym battle. I think you can because you can watch all the other battles that like the random encounters. You can watch those.
really?
You can watch trainer battles. So I think if you show up in the audience of someone else's gym battle, you can watch the actual gym battle happen.
That's wild.
My second gripe, it's not like a big gripe. It's like it's just a sad face. It's not anybody's fault. It's just Sword and Shield had the best gym battle ambiance. And
That soccer stadium,
The
yes.
soccer stadium was wild.
the music was a fan chant, Justin. The music was a literal fan chant. Like they designed the music to sound like fans chanting.
Yes.
And like it really like the entire ambiance of the gym battles in Sword and Shield like made it feel like doing the thing.
Yeah, and it's just like it feels. I know for Scarlet and Violet, they're trying to go for like a more intimate environment, but I want the grandiosity. I want the production. I want to feel like Asagi crushing someone's dreams after I beat them in a gym battle.
Well,
Like that's
especially too because like the whole point of like Scarlet and Violet is you're finding your treasure, so like you can you can do anything. Well, then like all aspects should be like really grand feeling, so like it feels like no, this is what my treasure is.
Yeah.
So,
and like I said, like I get the intent, I just do not feel like it was executed. Its execution, like I got what they were going for. It just didn't hit with me. I prefer the big lights. I prefer the stage.
Yeah, same. So like it was definitely one of those like I don't hold it against the game at all, but I was just like, oh, my fan chant's back. That was something too with like Sword and Shield where I constantly want to go back and redo the gym battles in Sword and Shield because the gym battles were so punchy. They were so fun. But listen, I fucking love that flamingo.
Yes.
It turns out that one of my favorite Pokemon is actually one of the top best competitive Pokemon in Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, Flamigo. Because Flamigo.
Me, say that again.
Flamigo.
Fantastic. Continue.
It is a flamingo that is fighting and flying.
I mean, at a certain point, did they just give up? Like, did they just? They like,
okay,
you know what?
You know what though? They gave when you catch Flamigo, you can catch Flamigo with double kick.
Is that? I'm not the best Pokemon person.
No. I need you to understand. It's a flamingo. What do flamingos look like? And they have double. You catch it with the ability double kick. Like, it's too. I don't even like fighting types. And this is the second game where they threw a fighting type at me, and I'm like, well, this is my baby. It was Phalanx in the last game, and now it's
I thought she was a fairy battle
in this one.
Didn't you have a fairy deck or a fairy team?
I am a fairy trainer to the core, and they keep giving me really cool bug types and fighting types, and these are the least two favorite of my types. I don't give a fuck about these types. This also reminds me that I need to do some trades with Wonga because Wonga is just throwing shinies at me left and right. I've got all the starters in shiny form. Fuecoco, by the way, in shiny form is pink.
Oh, neat.
It's hot pink. It's adorable. I actually love him more because he's pink.
Sensation.
Just to let y'all know on the side note, Wonga got to connect for literally.
Wanga's the plug.
Oh yeah,
Wonga is the plug, and Wonga is my Pokemon plug.
He got the plug in general.
Like,
we don't talk enough about how he's the most interesting man in the world.
It is.
We don't talk enough about it. Like, shout outs to Wonga. He's a longtime listener, fan of the show. We talking about you, homie. He out here everywhere, and he just you ever talk about him, and all of a sudden you see him pictures. He's seeing movies on red carpets. He's at wrestling events, dapping it up with every available person there. every wrestler, every actor, everyone involved, just dapping him up with Wonga. How? Who is this person?
Because so they look like they are happy to talk to him.
Right? I don't get it. That's the thing, because you ever see fans when they're interacting with famous people and the famous person's like, and the fan's like, yay. And that's the common dynamic. And that's cool. But everyone's like, hey, every single picture with every actor, every wrestler, every musician, hey, Wonga, every time. How?
Everybody's happy to see Wanda.
Everybody's
Wanda's
happy
the
to see
homie.
that dude, including me.
Listen,
if he pulled up in Texas, I'd be like, oh, shit. How?
He sent my daughter a whole box of freaking Marvel. I don't even know where he got these from. I think he got them custom made or something. He just gave us a whole box of them from Australia.
Bruh. And
no, don't worry about it.
And if your daughter saw him in the street, your daughter would know who he is on sight. Be like, oh shit, that's Wonka. What up? What up, nigga?
Exactly.
She would know who he is. How? Anyway,
Yeah, Wanda's good on it.
how?
And he's a very nice person.
He's a delightful
Wanda's the
motherfucker.
He peak delightful.
Fuck.
Who knew? Australia had good folks.
No, just Wonga.
Just Wonga, kind of.
It's
I
just
don't really
Wonga.
know nobody else. But,
I mean, I do, but Wonga's the homie.
absolutely.
So yeah,
You
Wonga's
should see, hey,
kind
y'all should see Aaron's face. I know we are recording this; it's not digital, but y'all can see his face talking
Here's the
about
deal.
Wonga.
Here's the deal. You rarely ever meet a truly delightful person. There are people who work for a lot of people,
is
but you
true.
never meet someone who is delightful all the time to everybody. And so I'm just like, protect this motherfucker just on principle. Just one armed guard that would love him to death. Just one really armed, be really happy to be on Wonga detail, making sure he's okay, vibing all day with the homie. Please continue. I'm not even, that's it.
I mean, you might.
What?
You're probably gonna meet somebody or a couple people during the day,
Right.
so it'll be worth it.
Everybody be happy to see him. Anyway, please continue.
Continue.
As I was saying, Wonga's my shiny plug. But I had to put Pokemon on hold. So I finished my school quarter. Pretty much almost all games except for raiding in Final Fantasy. I was just raid logging in Final Fantasy because I spent a lot of this school quarter very sick, and I had to make up. We do quarters here instead of semesters, but it's the same amount of work. So take the amount of work that like school work in 6 weeks, cram it in 10 weeks, and that is a school quarter, and that's my life. And so I had to do like a whole quarter worth of work in like 4 weeks. And in that time, during finals, Octopath Traveler 2 dropped, and I just had to leave it wrapped on my desk as like a golden, like, when you finish your last presentation, you may play this game. And and then like after being like sick for like a week, because I had a massive fallout from like recovering from finishing up school, I passed all my classes.
Yeah, congratulations. I want to
Passed
stop
all
you.
my classes.
Congratulations.
I passed all of my
Congratulations.
classes with above the GPA I needed to pass.
There you go.
Um,
Did you almost break though? Because I know that you had it for so
Oh,
long.
I was broken like with 2 weeks left. Like I was done. I was just like crying my way through the last couple of weeks. It was bad. But I still had enough in me to make a meme of my final presentation. I definitely put some Final Fantasy references in there. I put the advertisement copy pasta in the background as like that graphic design where there's like text in the background all light. So I put the Final Fantasy 14 as a critically acclaimed MMO copy pasta in the background like that as decoration. And then I put paisas all over. Paisas are this strange bird looking creature with like very vapid looking eyes, and they're fucking adorable, and I love them.
Did you get the mount?
Huh?
Did you get the mount?
I don't have mount money for a paisa, but if somebody
It's
wants to
so-
buy me a paisa, I would love them forever.
It's
I
so
did
cool.
I did buy myself the balloons though, and I shouldn't have, but I could not. I'm a Lalafell, and that was required.
I mean, it is required. You're a Lala.
Yeah.
Yo,
I'm a
they're-
Lalafell. It's balloons.
They're giving away Stormblood, and it's permanent. Like,
I
Wait,
know.
whoa. I thought it was only for 10 days.
so if you get it during that time frame,
Oh.
you have it. It's
Yeah,
yours.
they're not taking
Oh.
it back. There's no take backsies.
Yeah.
Oh.
As long as your sub is active, you just have Stormblood.
That's like almost Shatterbringers. Like, that's wild.
Yep, it's good.
I mean, we are
That's-
past
that's-
way like
that's-
2 expansions past that, though.
No. It's okay. This is great marketing. I really love how they do their marketing. I'm not gonna lie. They're really smart with it.
Okay, so I don't know if, well, you all have probably figured this out by now. I'm off of Twitter. And
Yeah,
like, it has been so great just for my own mental health and well-being to not be on the hell site. But I still get sent tweets. And like, I figured out like, what a lot of my issue was responding to things, like looking at things and feeling the compulsion to respond. So I'm like,
I don't have that.
if I remove that from me, then I won't have the compulsion to respond and I'll be a happier person. And lo and behold, I'm a happier person. Someone sent me someone trying to be snarky saying, hey, Final Fantasy 14 released their worst expansion for free. And they said, I don't want you to look at that tweet. I just want you to look at everyone responding to this. I thought you'd appreciate it.
Mhm.
And it's everyone saying, no, Stormblood's actually really fucking good.
It is.
Like, pacing issues aside, it's really good.
And if you play it in one shot, then the pacing issues don't matter.
I mean, it's also true.
Like,
I
it's
mean,
all out now.
I'm not gonna lie. They're still there, but they matter less.
Yeah, I mean, you can put it this way, you can get past those quicker because they're not coming out piecemeal, right?
Yeah.
You know, that's all I was saying. But yeah, you're absolutely right. There are some tricky parts in there. The
Well,
Xeno
like
stuff was kind of weird, but
Well, it's just because there's two writers, and it's not
Was
like
it?
it. Yes, so it's not just that there's two like there's multiple writers who write the whole thing,
Right.
but the difference with Stormblood specifically is there were two people in charge of the writing direction. So they basically went, this writer is in charge of this section of narrative and like all of the narrative like direction of it, and then this person is in charge of the other narrative direction. So and then they had to connect those. They had to work together to connect those.
wow. Is Ishikawa a part of it?
The writer for Heavensward did the Girabanian side.
Oh,
The writer for
makes
Shadowbringers and Endwalker did the Doma side.
side.
yep, that makes sense.
And
So-
you feel it. Yep.
Mhm.
And so like for me, it's not a pacing issue. It's a two completely different writing styles
Yeah.
and writing directions that don't mesh well together. So it's and I can see where people are like it's saying it's because of pacing, but if one writer had was in charge of the direction for the entire thing, it would have felt differently.
Yeah.
If
'Cause,
that
like,
makes sense.
The Doma section feels like a traditional 3-act story
Yeah.
that's supposed to be act 2. And the Heavensward writer tried to, instead of acknowledging that a 3-act story had already taken place, tried to put their own 3-act story at the end of it, and it feels very clunky.
I will say though, they found a stride with Dungeons and Trials at that point because Tsukiyomi,
Oh, buddy.
boy,
Right,
Buddy.
but that's also like Stormblood is also when they honed in on where they were going with dungeon and
oh, absolutely.
Trial and raid direction, like
Mhm.
their combat direction and how they were stylizing things. That's when they honed in on that. That's when you really see when you really see the arenas. Like you could use the arenas as guides.
Right.
There are lines on the floor.
Shots.
So good.
But the funny part is, you don't even need to look at the floor because if you look at the model, it's gonna tell you what's gonna happen.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I am a savage raider. You fucking have to look at the floor.
Yeah, well, yeah, if you're wearing the savage, that's different.
Like, I remember doing that first dungeon for Stormblood, and I hit Bacon up. I was like, "Yo, this dungeon feels different," and you were just like, "Oh no, it's time. Welcome to 14. Like it's actually started now."
And then you got addicted, just like the rest of us.
But oh no, I was addicted, so I did the
Oh
free
no,
trial.
he was addicted before. He This is why LJ and I are friends. This is why Justin and I are homies. He was sitting through Heaven's Word with the exact same problem I was having, which is when are we bringing Alamigo?
And I'm sitting there like, "Yo, I'm not saying Ilbert was right, but my G had a point. We have an army. We now have dragons."
We wasn't even finished. Like every single thing that was happening as he was going through Heaven's Word, he's like, "But Alamigo when?" And I'm like, Justin, this is why I love you and appreciate you. Same brain cell. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, Heaven's Word is not my favorite.
It was only thing Heaven's Word is to me is one step closer to Whirlit, because I believe Whirlit might be the saddest piece of content I've ever played on the face of the planet. Like it is worse than Nier, and Nier is sad. That shit is on a different level.
No,
buddy,
listen,
did you do the extra quest?
I
after
did.
The Nier
I did.
raid?
Yes, I did.
There is not a single storyline in all of Shadowbringers that did not make me cry. Fucking
Jesus.
every single one of them made me cry. And I was very upset about it. I was like, I have no more. Even the fucking Crystalline Mean, if you finish all of it and then you do like the last one, I was sobbing by the end of it.
Oh.
I was just like, I need you to stop taking my tears. I have none left to give, which is why I've been very thankful for Endwalker. I know a lot of people are still like very into like the ancients and all and like the past, and I'm just sitting here like, can we go forward, please?
Yeah.
Because I am done. I am spent. I have given all of my emotions for like 6 years. I need to move forward.
And I think that's why a lot of people didn't like Endwalker, because the narrative, and it's not, the narrative of Endwalker is not subtle at all. It is telling you to let go and move forward.
Yep.
The game itself, and it's about as subtle as Oda's leftist manifesto. You have to let go and move on. You have to move forward. The final sequence before the last dungeon and trial is you literally walking through your most painful moments, going forward and past them. The game is not subtle. It's telling you.
And all of the patch content, which this is all related to like what we're having fun and what we're enjoying right now, because this is, we haven't really
so
Justin, I haven't had Justin here to talk about this. They've been tying up, so every single narrative loose thread, they have been neatly wrapping it up in a bow. Like the current content, usually what they do with like the expansion content is the end of expansion content leads into the next expansion. They have told us we're not going to find out where we're going with the next expansion until like 6.55, 6.58. By then, the current main story quest, which doesn't seem very connected to like the current main story quest, like all of this like post Endwalker stuff, feels like it's going to wrap up before the next expansion.
Yeah, because they might be able to fix the 13th before then.
Like we are where we are currently at. Like we are in the 13th, and if you have played Final Fantasy IV, there are not
it's about to happen.
We don't have any. There are 2 trials left in the expansion, and
we already know
everybody.
One.
Like
we already know one.
We've only got like I don't know what's gonna happen. So like, and one of the major narrative threads that was left over was like what's happening in the 13th reflection, and it's like we finna find out.
Yeah.
Like every single like side quest has been tying up every single loose thread And I appreciate it because it means that when 7.0 hits, we're starting fresh.
Yeah.
We are starting completely fresh, baby. With this latest, they just released a new deep dungeon, Eureka Orthos. It explains where deep dungeons come from.
Huh. I haven't been on since Eureka, so I have to get on there.
Do you want me to tell you?
Sure. I mean, I don't care about Eureka.
So all of
Don't
the
tell
deep
me I'm not
dungeon-
done yet.
all
No,
of the
don't tell
deep
me I'm not done
dungeons,
yet.
all of the deep dungeons are elegant facilities.
Oh, of course. Well, yeah, of course. That makes sense.
No, I mean they're
Mad
actually like
scientist.
elegant lab facilities, and they're just hidden. And
Huh.
and she even says like you'll probably find more of them in your travels.
Oh, great. They're even wrapping up the Heideland's followers. That whole thing. What is the gods? What do we call
Well,
our gods?
we don't know what the gods are.
But what do we call them?
No, I mean the 12.
The
like,
12. Yeah, that's what I mean.
So we
Yeah.
don't know what the 12 are. We don't. There's
we don't
theories
know.
that they're Heideland's followers, but we don't know who they are.
But they're wrapping that up too, which is
Yes,
wild.
they're wrapping that up. They're
The-
wrapping up what the fuck is La Habrea with the raids.
They're
my
wrapping
God.
up the Lambs of Dalamud from 1.0.
They're
Right.
wrapping up the Lambs of Dalamud from 1.0.
Like they're going into 7.0 as a brand new game, and I know Blizzard has to be looking at them like, wait, you can do that?
You
Ooh.
can fucking do that. You can also do it with a cohesive storyline that like anybody can follow and isn't required to do hard content to find or like read outside content for.
Yeah.
Final
Um,
Fantasy is great.
Yeah, it's great. No, I got one more thing on that. Another thing that 14 does great, narrative catharsis.
Oh my god, yes.
Because I just took MC through Dead Ends and the final day.
God, that's such a good. The first time you run those, they're so good.
When hearts align, when that track kicks in, and you realize, oh, this is my boss music.
Mm-hmm.
That enrage meter, this is my enrage. Like, they actually flip the enrage mechanic for the last boss. It's your enrage. It's the boss trying to outlast your enrage.
Yeah.
That is
Yes.
the integration of gameplay and narrative is just
Second to
chef's
none.
kiss.
I mean,
Chef's
just
kiss.
anytime now that we have to summon people like that in itself,
Yeah.
we have a reason now, and it's dope. Like everything has a reason. I love God. I have to log back in.
And now we're gonna get 7.0 and no one's gonna know what's happening. I can't wait for people to have
He
their
got
theories.
that weird smile on his face. It's gonna be a problem.
He's been hanging out with Yoko Taro again, so I'm scared.
I know.
I know.
So I'm terrified. I'm like, last time you hung out with him, we got Shadowbringers. Nope. No.
Man, it's almost
I need to
10
check
o'clock.
out
That's
the-
crazy. I didn't think it
I
was
need to
that
check
late.
out I need to check out the Nier anime because apparently that's
Oh,
like
oh my God, Justin, go watch. I will tell anybody on this show right now, if you do not like the game, still go watch that cartoon.
well, what I heard was if you've played the game,
It's-
watch the show
Yes.
with the acknowledgement of all the endings you've done,
Mm-hmm.
because it fucks with you. And I'm like, okay.
It
I'm not gonna lie. The reason I've stayed away from it is because I'm afraid that when it ends, it's gonna like delete my Crunchyroll subscription. Like,
I
and you
mean,
can
Trigger-
never watch
Trigger
this
went off.
again.
You're still
Trigger went
valid,
off,
though.
man. Trigger went off. They did their thing. So
Hey man, I'm scared. I got too much Blue Lock to watch.
this cannot continue.
This cannot continue.
Okay. Now I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna talk about Octopath. I'm not gonna get too much into it because spoilers. But I've started Octopath Traveler 2, and for those who may still be listening from when I played Octopath Traveler 1, Octopath Traveler 1 is in my top 5 favorite games. This might replace it.
Oh,
I am 45 hours in. 47 hours in, which impressive. Using my spring break well. Each character, so like in the vein of Octopath Traveler 1, there are 8 characters. Each of the 8 characters has their own unique path and story that they walk, and you go through all of them. Like you have to pick up everybody and you go through all of them. It's kind of in a choose your own adventure way. You can go in any order you want. There's side quests. You can pick up side quests. Every single side quest adds to the overall world building narrative, which is something I fucking love. Like that, it makes the world like when they do that, it makes like the game world feel more full. They continue the trend of micro stories where if you find out if you talk to like an NPC and you find out information from them, you find out information about that NPC and there's like a little store in that NPC. Like, there's a town where there is a Coliseum. Go figure. Thank you, Square Enix. And there are people in this town. It's both a town of scholars. Like above ground, it's actually like there's this great scholarly building, a massive library, and it's a place of learning. Below ground is a well-known Coliseum. It's not even hidden. It's just below ground. It's got flags on the outside of it, actually. Be like, go here. But like in the town, there's merchants. There are former scholars who turned merchants. There's guards. There is a priest who, while still wearing the priest's garb, actually like was siphoning money from the church and using it to basically funnel people into the Colosseum to be gladiators. Like he was assisting in human trafficking. And there's people who had traveled from very far away to go to this library so they can find out information so they can like cure an illness back in their village. And this is all information that you pick up from NPCs. They're all like micro stories that add like just they each individually stack up and add to the world. So that's something I appreciate about the game. And I really liked it about it the first game, and I was glad to see that they took it even further in this game. There isn't like not all of the characters have a super sad story that goes with them. Some of them, like the story kind of starts out sad but ends well, but leaves the character with a great goal. The merchant Partitio is a really good example of this. He was in a town. His father and a friend of his father started a mining town, and they lost the rights to the land, and they lost and it drove the town into poverty. And by the end of like the chapter, like they're able to reclaim the land back and start to turn things over, but it leaves Partitio like as a merchant with a goal of how to end poverty. Like he genuinely wants to end poverty. That's his goal. And so he wants to travel and find out ways of assisting people because he lived a life of being starving and being in poverty. There's also a dancer who is she's just a small town dancer, like small country. She wants to be a star like her mom. So she's going out on a journey to do that. And then you have like more serious stories like Throne. Throne is a thief who works for a thief's guild, but she's bound by a collar and she can't leave. If she tries to leave, the collar will poison her and kill her. And so
Awesome.
she has to fight for her. Like she is actively fighting for her freedom and to survive.
Oh, the One Piece slave collars. Cool.
Yes. That one is much less triggering than the dancer story from Octopath 2, where the dancer in Octopath 2 was literally part of sex slave trade. No exaggeration. That was triggering for a lot of people. It was because it might have been it might be told with like the artwork might be sprites, but it was still very graphic and triggering for a lot of people.
Yikes.
Thrones is triggering, I would say, if you if violence, like physical violence and abuse would like trigger you. Like there's definitely a warning there in her opening chapter, but None of the other characters have that. Hikari's story. Hikari is a warrior. And it's probably his story is probably one of the best pieces of shonen writing I have experienced ever. Justin was
you don't care for shonen too much.
I don't care about. Well, I'm tired. I'm tired. You can only tell the same story so many times.
Fair.
And in the same ways, and in like. And they're not all good. Some of them are really toxic. And like, so you have Hikari, who is a warrior, clearly like a traditional like Asian warrior, and he has to fight like the darkness within him, but he's against killing. He's not against he's not a pacifist though. He's against needless bloodshed. Like, if he has to kill a person to defend himself, he is fine doing that. But if he does not have to, he will not do it. But he's not, like, naive about it, if that makes sense. I know Justin was watching as I was streaming that and got hit by how fucking good the music in this game is.
Oh, yo, I've been lurking on some streams. That music slaps.
Very much so.
So fun fact that I discovered watching that stream, the composer for Octopath Traveler, Yasunori Nishiki, is also the composer for Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. And if you have heard anything from Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, the music has no right to be that damn good. Literally no right to be that damn good.
Listen, this person's a fucking genius. It's like
he's 37 years old. He's
what?
Just getting started. Yes.
Ooh, you have got to be.
He is Justin, 37 years old.
The music and the writing, like the music literally gives me goosebumps. Like there's motifs that they play. Like each character has like their own motif, which is something that's very similar to Octopath 1, but they play a more elaborate version of it at the end of each chapter. And like, it gives me like the neural tingles all the way through. Like, there was a scene that I just did. It was a side quest scene where there was a woman playing a traditional Chinese lute. And again, just goosebumps. It was extremely melancholy. Like it was like the music in this game is wild. It's so good. It is probably the best soundtrack I have ever experienced.
That's
up
a
there.
lot. That's a lot.
So because I'm looking into this, everything relates back to what? My guy got his start working with Kohei Tanaka on One Piece.
Of course he did. Of course he did.
Of course he did.
Of course. That's how you bring it on back. Yeah.
I hated
everything.
I knew it was coming.
I should just know that whenever Justin says, you know what this means, it equals One Piece.
So now I just think I have to figure out if he's responsible for all the Queen tracks because they sound like his style.
You know what? Huh.
Like I gotta know. I have to know specifically which songs he worked on. This is wild.
That's interesting.
But not like he
37.
37.
37.
Just getting started. Nah, he's good.
Interesting.
He don't miss. He's good. He's good.
It's like it's amazing. Like I need to cop this soundtrack. Like I desperately need the soundtrack. I've been taking like because of the chronic fatigue. Like I get so tired. I cannot like. Chronic fatigue is one of those conditions where like how you describe it is always inaccurate. It's just like there are not words that do justice to how it feels. And so I've been saying that I've been octo napping because like I'll just like prop my Switch up like on my chest and I'll play and then like I'll be in a zone. Like right now, I'm in like this wintry zone, and the music is just so soothing that I'm asleep.
You woke up, you didn't play.
And
Woke up, you didn't beat 4 battles. You don't know how you did it.
Well, and again, because like Hikari has like each character has their own motifs, and Hikari's in particular, I find like very like it just relaxes my brain. Hikari's motif. So like each character has like their own special ability that they can do during the day and they can do during the night. Okay, this is a spoiler. I'm so sorry. It's a soft spoiler, but you don't understand how funny this is to me. Now, the reason why it's funny, the reason why he has this ability is not funny at all, but it's still funny. The scholar analyzes people by day. The scholar is basically the magic user, but mugs people at night.
I'm all in.
So
Does he have fun?
no, if you count magic as a gun, yes.
I mean, yes. What? I mean, yes.
All right.
I mean, Emmett pulled out a pistol. It's okay. Everybody can do it.
He pulled out that toolie and said, I could just do a magic bolt through your chest. Nah.
Okay, so here's why he mugs people at night. My man, and this is part of the spoiler, and I'm so sorry for anybody who wants to play this game, but like it won't take your enjoyment from the game. I promise. There's so much details I'm not getting into. He was falsely imprisoned and basically got put into high fantasy Alcatraz for like 5 years.
Is he black?
He's not, but no, he got white man crimed. His business partner did a murder and then set him up for the fall. Yeah, he basically
That is white man crime.
Yeah, it's white man crime, and so he basically lived in like Alcatraz for like 5 years. So you've got like the magic user who, again, the magic user, a scholar, like just he analyzes people down, but it's actually like it's prison analyzing. So like, you know, when you like the, you know, the folks who you know, been in crime, like how they can like size a person up, he's doing that. He's doing that, and that's how he gets information out of people. So he does that during the day, and then he mugs assholes at night. And I'm like, well, you shouldn't have had that pocket watch on you, Mr. Aristocrat. And I would feel bad, except for you are against poor people. So I really don't feel bad about it.
Sounds like a hero to me.
Okay.
Time out. You telling me this man is just running over like, hey man, you have to run that. Just no.
Yes.
To watch, just run it.
Yes.
Give me that.
My favorite one of my favorite stream moments was having Bacon save their game so that they could rob someone real quick, run his pockets just to make sure. That was my favorite bit. That was like all of you playing the game, watching you save your game. Look at a person, be like, I'm gonna mug this dude, go save your game, then come back and mug this dude.
I wasn't sure if I could successfully mug them.
Run the chain. Nah, chain to watch, run it. Nah, just empty the pocket.
There's each person has a difficulty level. So
Sure.
I was testing a new difficulty level. Okay, but listen, I got elemental barrage on him, which is you know, I'm having a really bad brain fog moment, but there's that specific superhero where as he shoots like beams out of his hand. He goes pew, pew, pew. Can't remember, but that describes a lot of them. But still, that's basically what elemental barrage is. He shoots like random magic out of his hands, but it looks like he's punching. So I've been using that to mug people because it can hit. It uses a random assortment of lightning, ice, and fire, and they're gonna have a weakness to one of those. And it does like 200 damage per hit, and it's like 5 to 10 hits. So I'm gonna use it.
robbing people. Have you no
Robbing
shame?
people.
All right.
No, this game is super good. It's so good.
I mean, you selling me
strongly
on it.
recommend
Like
it.
I didn't play Octopath 1 because it was just too long. But yeah, I might check this one out.
This game is going to be long,
Mm,
but it is 100% going to be long. I think it's worth it.
mm.
Like, I think it's a game. Like, if you were going to put it on your backlog, I would genuinely say to move it up.
Cool.
Like, move it up in the list. It's very good. Also, if you move it up in the list, I can talk to you more about it, and I would like to talk to more people about it. So please play this game.
Okay.
All right. So then that's our homework assignment is to all buy Octopath Traveler 2 so we can talk about Octopath Traveler 2. I mean, I'm with it.
Fair.
I'm with it.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
gonna
fine.
get
That
you
sounds
one.
fine to me. Yeah. All right. So we got to do that. All right.
I've been told on the stream, like, it's actually like a good. My Twitch stream has been really good for background
Oh yeah. No, that's
because
always.
of the music
It
in the
is.
game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I've
No,
been
it
lurking
is.
in there.
Yeah, it's great. It's absolutely great. So, what is that? Twitch.com/Baconzilla.
I think it's the Baconzilla. Yeah,
the
it's the
Baconzilla.
Baconzilla on Twitch.
All right.
The Baconzilla on Twitch.
All
It's very pink and black. You can't miss it.
It is very pink and black.
It's very pink.
We have to begin the process of ending the show.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to say that, I mean, we could return. I mean, we could even return this week again, since there's a lot to talk about. I didn't get a chance to talk about, well, several things.
The catastrophe.
Let's just say.
So are we
that-
gonna talk about that?
Let's just. I mean, we're gonna have to do it again. Let's just
Yeah,
say
we're gonna
that
have to.
all the talk about Final Fantasy having a coherent story is I'm jealous.
No.
Dog.
I'm jealous.
So-
There is an
What did they
isolated.
do?
You have
we
Final
will-
Fantasy downloaded, right?
We will. Yeah, I can start. Again, this is a whole rant. I'm not going to. We really do need to
Yeah,
wrap the
we can't do
program,
that.
but we'll just say that after an unprecedented 3-year run of top tier live service storytelling, which I respect and admire greatly, Destiny has fallen off the podium and into the moat, and we are trying to save it from alligators that are in the moat, trying to consume the once great story. I can pinpoint exactly when, but that's another conversation. So when I hear all this talk of a coherent story, I'm like, that must be nice. I will say that Bungie announced that they are splitting the last 2 DLCs, Lightfall and the Final Shape, into 2 DLCs to reserve manpower. And man, does it show. Like,
It
you
shows.
ever see when the asphalt on the good neighborhood versus the asphalt in the bad neighborhood starts, and you can drive,
Listen.
you drive all of a sudden, yeah,
Listen.
yeah. So there is a moment, again, we will get into it later, but there is a moment where you can see where you start driving through the low income neighborhoods and those resources ain't being distributed as evenly and smoothly as they were a mile ago.
I know. Wait. I know exactly the parts you're talking about
Right.
now.
And that is how I feel as a Destiny
Oh my
player. I was
God.
about 3 miles ago. This road was smooth. Why? What the fuck is going on? But again, that's for another time. I just want to thank you guys for your time. Thank you guys for a great show. Is there anything anybody wants to add real fast? Because I got to run. Anything real fast? Anything?
Subscribe to our Patreon.
Patreon.
Patreon.com/UN Fridays, like United Nation Fridays, but not. I think that is it for us. Thank you guys for listening.
United Nations
Thanks for having me.
Negroes.
Always. And you guys have a pleasant day.